in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling. You're moving just like a degenerate. Heavy antique is feeling distasteful. Why calculate you not as calculated? I can even predict your angle. Fabricating stories on the family front, cause you heard Mr. Morale. A pathetic master manipulator. I can smell the tails on you now. You're not a rap artist, you a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Tommy Hilfiger stood out, but FUBU never had been your collection. I make music that electric.
All right. What's up, my brother? How you doing? And welcome back to the podcast to everybody listening. We had to start off like that, man. How you doing, my brother? Welcome back to the podcast, man.
I'm vibing. I'm doing good. How you?
I'm doing great, man. Let's get into this, man. Mr. Big Stepper. Big Stepper Morale has responded. Mr. Kendrick Lamar, the boogeyman, as some people are calling it, has responded to Drake. Did you listen to the diss track, my brother?
Yeah.
6 minutes of straight savage. That's 6 minutes of disrespectful. Well, tell you it's not disrespectful. It's a respectfully disrespectful diss track. So the funny part is, I saw it on your page first. I didn't know that he responded until you posted, right?
Oh, so you ain't even know?
I didn't know. So I saw you. I was at work, and I saw your page, and I see you saying something. Drake something, and it says Euphoria. Then I go and look on how can I? So I look on Instagram, and Hip Hop has said who won between Drake, Drum Me, Give Me 50, or Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria. I'm like, wait, Kendrick finally responded. So I didn't listen. It was just a post. It was not like a reel or a video.
Mm.
It was just a post. So I'm like, oh, finally responded. Okay, cool. And then I started reading the comments. I tried my best. Literally, I didn't go on TikTok because I wanted to hear the song for the first time. Like I was like, okay, since he responded, let me just wait until I get off work. I'll go home,
Mm.
do a reaction video on my YouTube channel, and listen for the first time with everybody, like on my YouTube channel. So I didn't hear nothing.
Right.
I read the comments on Hip Hop is a real post, and people say, "Oh, Kendrick 2-0, Kendrick 1-0, Kendrick beat." There's something that's it. Oh, Kendrick. I'm like, oh, he probably might have snapped. So Lyra got off work, literally got myself home as soon as possible. I didn't change out of my work clothes. I literally sat right here on this chair y'all seeing
Yeah.
right now. Put on the song, did almost a 30-minute reaction to a 6 minute song. God damn. I gonna lie. That was fire.
Do it. You want me to start with?
I
I,
really
I
you
could.
could
I could start it for you.
all
I
right,
could start
go.
it for you.
Go.
So I listened
I
to
don't know
it.
where the fuck you got that from.
Literally, it was out for maybe 10 minutes. Probably less than
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yep.
I get added in the group chat by
Uh
some Kendrick Lamar fans,
huh.
and he was like, basically this where's the push ups at? Oh, you a Drake fan? All the other stuff, right? All
Uh
because
huh.
I picked Drake to win,
Uh
because
huh.
I feel like he's a better rapper. So I
Uh huh.
listened and it was cool. It was cool. I liked it. I liked it. I think it was
I
fire.
I liked it too. I,
Um, but to be calling it like no Vaseline is like
nah.
greatest this record
Nah.
ever. I just
No.
I
This is
can't lie to y'all like that.
Nah. Okay. Now let we. So you see, I didn't. So I look. I have where I work. If you know, I work at a daycare. So I have I since this whole started, I have a parent that I mean, we kind of cool. So we talk about everything. If we get a chance to talk, if I see him before take his kids, we kind of chop it up a little bit about the diss tracks, and he's a big Drake fan. He's a big Drake fan.
hmm
So today I asked him, he's like, nah, he's like, yeah, it's cool, but I don't think it's better than Drake's. I'm like, I can't tell you that Drake had. I was like, if you asking me, I gave it to Kendrick.
Oh, okay. But I think even picking a side is too early.
Yeah, I said no. I'm just going, better rap round one. I'm like, this is round one. We going. I'm going this better rap type of format. I'm like, this is round one, so I'm gonna give it to Kendrick round one. I'm waiting. I want to hear the response for round two from Drake. We,
Yeah, but
I'm re-
you had 2 weeks to listen to the Drake song. I don't think asking really anybody, no matter what
yeah.
their opinion
I
is even valid, because we had
yeah.
2 whole weeks to listen to Push Ups,
Yeah.
and then we listened to this song, and it's only out for 10 minutes, and people telling me that it's better than his song.
Nah,
Like I
well,
don't think anybody listened to the song for real.
no, I listened to. I think I came to the conclusion after I listened. First of all, I did a 30 minute. When I did the reaction, I was breaking. I was catching the bars here and there. The bars. Number one, let's break down the song, right? So yeah, I had the first part. He kind of said we kind of started with like the intro, not the actual diss set. Wrong. That was like the intro. He was calling Drake a manipulator, an actor that you called him all these type of things. Then like if you listen to the diss record, he told Drake he doesn't like the way Drake says nigga. And maybe him, I guess. How many black features is he gonna be okay? Think he's black enough? So tell the moral of the story. Drake is no longer black. Drake is no longer black to Kendrick Lamar. Drake is not black to Kendrick Lamar, right? Then he said, "We don't like the women that you fuck with. They are confused. Like they're real women." Like I'm like, God damn, you even speaking for this? It's like, don't forget I say we. It's like, yeah, I say we. I'm the what the culture is feeling. I'm like, God damn.
I think he wrote it beautifully, but it's it's a lot of the same things that other people
Yeah,
have already said,
he kind
and that's
of
the problem with y'all all being in the beef. None of y'all need to release a diss track. Like, we just
yeah,
need y'all to move,
yeah.
so they can eat. Because
Yeah,
literally, Rick
everybody,
Ross just said all the white boy stuff. So I don't
everybody,
care.
everybody else who's supposed to be in the beef, move out. Y'all are done. This is no longer y'all out of this. This is up to the big dogs. If you have not had over a 10 to 15-year run, considered the best at anything, you are not allowed to say shit. That means uh who Metro Booming, Future, uh The Weekend, ASAP Rocky, who else this Drake? The Rick Ross, uh who else? There's a lot of people.
I mean, Kanye has led music for a long time, but Kanye, we
Okay,
don't need to hear from you.
Kanye,
I don't want to hear Kanye, but
nah, Kanye, you lost. When you get your mind together, when you get your mind together, maybe we can listen to you. But after that, no, no,
treat
we don't want it.
treat him just like Metro. He need to go make beats. But what he did
Kanye,
to like that was fire. No, that
no,
choir,
no,
nah.
Kanye. Let's talk. Kanye, you need to make better. Go back and make better clothes, man. You mad at people that can't fit your clothes. Make better clothes, man. Go back and make better clothes. That's what you're supposed to be focused at. Uh, but if and after that, if it if you're not if your mind we consider your mind intact and you are not considered the top three, don't say shit. Now it's the top two because Cole bitches decided to
I
apologize.
still more and more understand why Cole dropped out of
Yeah,
this.
I go live. More and more, the more and more I listen to, more and more I understand why he apologized. But more and more, I still say he still caught a strays in this distro.
Because
I was
they're
like,
still saying personal things, even though we're not taking it as personal as it is. Like
Yeah,
they're
I
both
don't
saying
think.
personal things.
Yeah, that's saying personal things. I don't think that's is well. The personal things, I think it's already public knowledge. Like how he is
Oh,
attacking, how the parents say you don't know how to be a good, I'm raising a kid, you don't know nothing about that. Pusha T already said it. uh like how you're a bad dad. It's saying personal things that already been attacked before, but it's more of like, okay,
the way that it's put though is really
yeah,
good, and
yeah.
I'm not. I don't think people should sleep on that, and that's why. Like, yeah, we can keep saying it's the same thing. I do believe that, but it's just
The way it's been written, the way it has been presented and delivered,
it's way better. It's way
is
better.
way better, and way different from what other people have done before. But the funniest part of this song is when he said,
Good shit.
this is
That was
this is
fire.
not
That was fire.
when you said, this is not about the critics, this is not about the critics or who's the best, this is about love and hate. I'm the biggest hit. I hate the way you walk, the way you
That was nice.
He's
Nice.
like, he's like, I hate the way you walk, the way you talk. I hate even the way you say the way. He's like, what do you say? I hate the way. He's like, the way you walk, you talk. I hate the way you sneak dissing. That was the funniest thing. Even though I already know where he got that from. He got that from.
Everybody keeps saying the DMX reference.
No, Demex said it on Breakfast Club. He said he hates how Drake walks, he talks, he doesn't he does he hates how Drake makes hits. He made it. I think he was joking in a way.
No, DMX. But the funny thing is, DMX wasn't joking, and I don't think Kendrick was joking. But I also don't think that was a reference. Like I get that it
Nah, I
lines up.
think
I don't think he purposely referenced that.
yeah, but I also plus I
I think he
believe
really got that hate in his, in his heart, yo. Ain't no,
nah
you not about to get me with that. You dissed the
nah.
nigga 4 years ago and didn't release it, and he heard about it. Come on, bro. He
Oh,
got hate in
then
his
it,
heart, yo.
but he also did say, man, the last time I
He's
dissed you,
somewhere
man.
meditating. That nigga has hate in his heart, yo. Like y'all just be, yo, y'all fall for the marketing every time.
No, bro. He even said in the diss track, the last time I dissed you, man, I was a little pop. I didn't know how to hold the Drake. Somebody told me how to hold the Drake now. So now I'm comfortable coming outside. I'm like, okay,
Well,
hey, man,
he did point out some things, even though it's public knowledge. But
yeah.
that that 500,000 for an open case, and it really had to do with Drake paying 500,000 for a sexual assault case. Was that was yo? That nigga's nice. That nigga's
That,
nice. And you
yeah,
can give somebody credit without having to say, "Yo, it's mid or trash." Like
yeah,
I just think y'all just, I don't know, y'all be fucking
yeah,
up rap beef for me.
yeah, man. Man, I will lie. I listened to that song. I even listened to other people react to it. I like it. I do like the record. Uh, there's a lot of things that we can, that we gotta see. Now it's not on Drake. We'll see what Drake responds with. But while we still on, topic of beef, the Quavo and I believe now we can officially say who won the Quavo and Chris Brown beef.
It's clearly Chris Brown.
Chris Brown won the beef
Clear.
because that.
Come
Did you
on.
see the pictures that came out online on Sunday when Quavo
He
was supposed to?
performed in front of that little ass crowd. Um, it may be fake because I don't know if that
No,
was actually him,
no,
but it's funny.
no. Yo,
It's funny.
I saw you saw the pictures, but I saw the video.
Oh wait, that's really him.
Yes, the
Oh
video
no.
of the guy who was sitting before. You know how there's the pit, and the guy was on the like the chair. You know how the guys were on the like the bleachers, like the bleacher side of it. He's recording. He's like, bro, Quavo is literally Quavo's set is supposed to be coming in 2 minutes, and you see Quavo's DJ walks up, and literally he's like, Chris Brown, I blame you for this.
I
You
don't
the
think that's
reason.
Chris Brown's fault. I don't think people listen to Quavo
Now
like
I
by
think, well,
himself. I don't think people
no,
listen to Quavo.
I would say, to be honest, it's more. I would say it's Quavo's undoing. Number one, it's Quavo's undoing
I mean, yeah,
because
that too.
he went him and he responded. Then Chris Brown responded to the respond with the weakest link, and the response to the weakest link was good, but it wasn't like something
Ah,
better than the weakest link. And then you know how Chris Brown did it. Chris Brown just went. He did the 50 Cent type of thing, and I believe Chris. Let's be honest. I believe if you ask me, I believe Chris Brown bought all the tickets like 50 Cent. Remember when 50 Cent bought Jaru's tickets on the first row,
50
and
Cent
nobody.
only had to buy all those tickets and then have somebody take a picture, and it was raps. It's raps. Be like, yo, ain't nobody at the Ja Rule concert, and that's all. But
Oh
instead, he
no!
told everybody. But I don't know.
Oh
He
no!
he
You
could have did
should.
that. He could have did that.
No. Did you actually hear the actors who worked on Power when uh when who was it? What's his name? The white guy, Giovanni Perlino, who ex Braden on Power right now with Tyreek.
Mm.
They record the day that happened. They were on set because 50 Cent was supposed to direct one of the episodes. 50 Cent was directing one of the episodes the day he bought the tickets and nobody showed up. He's like,
Diabolical.
bro. He's like, bro. It's a normal day. Literally, we sitting, like he's like, we sitting. Then, like he's like, it was not. Yeah, people think it took like an hour or 2 minutes, like an hour or something to do all that. He's like, it took 2 minutes. 2 minutes. He's like, we on set. We get up from our chairs that we are sitting chilling, and we go
Damn.
to begin to take a shoot. The minute when we get into a position to start doing, the like, the first shoot to shoot the the shots, the scene, everybody phones rings, and you see 50 Cent is literally is on the phone saying, yeah, take the pic. He's like, yeah, but I bought the tickets. And we like, you bought the tickets to what? He's like, then we look. He's like, the picture was sent into the group chat, and we look at the group chat. We like, this nigga. I'm like, so you just gonna act like it's a normal thing? Like you just gonna act like you just reignited the beef from 20 something years ago, and it's like normal. He's like, you acting like it's actually a normal thing, like the what you just did. He's like, after he did that, they went and shot the scene and kept on doing whatever they were doing, like it's a normal day. But therefore, like he's like, he did it. Like he's like, we were sitting with him. He bought the tickets, right? And he went to shoot the scene. Everybody who saw him buy the tickets, they saw him buy the tickets, right?
Mm-hmm.
He bought the tickets. Everybody like he went and I don't know if somebody took a picture and sent it and put it online, but he saw it online. The tickets of the first row, like people not in the first row,
Mm.
somebody posted online, and you see, and me when he's like, when we done shooting the episode, we getting ready to leave, and 50 Cent is 50 Cent like looks at his phone. He's like, oh, I forgot I just did that this morning. He's like, oh, I forgot I bought this thing as the tickets to your show. He's
Nice.
like, bro. He's like, bro. He's like, literally. He's like, everyone be like, so you forgot that we actually remember that you did it, but you acting like you forgot that you bought the tickets in front of us.
He real.
I'm
He
like,
real.
okay, all right, but yeah, man. Chris Brown wanted the thing. Oh yeah. Oh, so we kind of covered everything in a beef, but now let's get into battle rap. Battle rap was popping this weekend, man.
Yup. Couple events happened.
Boo pin over boo happened. Politics as usual. We had Monopoly 2 on the riot. So I can talk the event I watched and the event I didn't watch. I didn't watch Monopoly 2. I didn't get the chance to. I was planning to get the pay-per-view, but I couldn't. I didn't. Shit didn't happen. Shit happens. I couldn't get the pay-per-view. Well, technically, shit didn't happen. I forgot to get the pay-per-view. That's the problem. By the time I remembered, the pay-per-view was way too expensive at the time. So I'm like, I'm not buying it. So I can tell you. So now let's talk about. politics as usual. Shout out to John John. This was a good, good. How can I say? It was a good event. Good event. Good card. Uh, there's the good and the bad to everything, but I'll say the bad on this card was not that high. I'll probably say the stage, the stage, how the stage was set up wasn't. I don't
Yeah.
believe. I'll say yeah. The stage setup wasn't like okay. The first battle looked weird in the first round because there was just them two up on stage.
Who started it off? Oh damn.
Uh, Greedy and Super Black started it off, and there were just them two on stage on this platform. Like their entourage were told to stay off the platform, so it was them two, Greedy, Super Black, and it's Greedy, Super Black, and him and were on stage, and it looked weird. I'll be honest, it looked weird. I didn't like it at first. I didn't like it at the first round. So Greedy went first. Greedy had this long ass round that was too long. Both of them had long ass rounds,
It
but
was a 3 round
then
battle.
it was a 3 round battle. Longest rounds. Greedy was saying a lot of bunch of nothing. I'll be telling you now. I don't remember whatever Greedy said. Nothing.
You don't know what he said. He had a long round and you don't know what he said.
I don't know. Remember, all I know is like, yeah. He said, yeah, he gonna, I hear him fuck with me. Yeah, yeah. That's all I remember from
Why you
Greedy's
say
round.
it like that?
That's how he was saying it.
Uh,
Oh, that's all I remember from his round. Super Black. I have a few, I remember the moment he created a moment in the second round because he was joking. The whole second round, he was freaking clowning, freaking Greedy, the way he smelled. He clowned the way he dressed. He was clowning. He's like, nigga, you smell like shit. He's like, what the fuck, bro? He's like, they hit like the way he clowned freaking clowns Greedy. I gonna lie, I started clowning Greedy too because it was funny. It was funny,
yeah.
but it was also fire. He's like,
Oh,
he's
word.
like, nigga, he's like, yeah, he's like, yeah, but he's like, that shit is, you stink. Like, he's like, you smell like you don't take a shower. He's like, you see, that's the problem. You having X body spray. He was saying, hold on, you kind of saw Greedy got pissed off because the whole round he was clowning him the whole round. Greedy came out. His Danish tried to do joking. He's like, oh, I see, y'all like the joking shit, huh? Yeah, y'all like the joking shit, huh? Yeah, I don't remember what Greedy said, but only thing he was saying, yeah, yeah. Oh, you don't fuck with me. Yeah. And even Super Black made fun of him. He's like, bro, you saying yeah too much, but you saying nothing. Stop saying. He's like, yeah. Then I would say, so that was the Greedy won the money. That was I think 20K on the line. Shout out to the mayor. Before we even get into you know fully into the battle. This battle event was, this battle event was made possible by, we say John John, but also John John got help. Ben News was the main reason why this event happened. And the mayor of from North Carolina with the black something voter something movement that he's doing for black people. Here's the reason. Like when you heard that him and Holla, if y'all saw that he texted me about the him and Holla and the thing, the mayor is the one who is doing like who's actually behind the scenes making this, like controlling it, like controlling he was kind of controlling, he even dissed caffeine. The mayor dissed caffeine too. That man is crazy. I like him too. He dissed caffeine. They did like the at the face off. I missed the face offs, but I watched when I was waiting for the stream to come on. I guess they were replaying what happened a little bit in the face off at the end. They did a cipher, and the mayor had challenged them. He's like, if anyone can do, if y'all do the cipher, anyone who does the cipher, they get $5,000, like extra $5,000. So almost everyone did a cipher. Uh, New Jersey Truck did the cipher. Clone did the cipher. T-Tap did the cipher, but he redid the. He kind of used the cipher that he did at the BT Awards when they were doing the battle at the Tigers Lounge. He redid that cipher again. Uh, Calico did the cipher. A lot of people did. All I think most of the people did the cipher. So everybody got the $5,000. Then who else after after that it was more and there were a lot of people, you know. Uh so we're gonna talk about it. Our clone and New Jersey Truck could not happen. It didn't happen because T shout out let's prayers up to Tita to twerk. Hopefully he's healthy. He could not make to the battle. He could not make it to the battle because he had to be go to the hospital, and he was hospitalized the day of the battle. So he was not at the that battle didn't happen. So now let's talk about New T Top versus Chef Trace. Oh boy, that was a that battle. Now, when I'm saying it, I want to say this. So everybody who was at the event, like all the battle rappers at the event, they've been there for like almost the whole week.
They
For
was
the whole week,
chilling in Atlanta.
they were chilling in Atlanta. The mayor had like the like I said, the mayor is having like a black voter something about So he had like a whole thing set up for them. The hotel was also that's where they had like a conference. They did stuff. They had food. They were like getting taught about the politics and you know why they need to change the politics. Like how we as black people we need to change politics. I think it wasn't about the politics. It was more about the power of the black people. Because the mayor doesn't sound like he's like a politician himself. He doesn't like politics. When I hear him talk, I'm like, this man. He's like the oops. He's like oops with more of like, nigga, I don't fucking like these people.
Mm-hmm.
So he would, I guess they had like a conference education. They did a lot of things, but the only better rapper who wasn't there was everyone said Chef Trez was not there. Everybody was there except for Chef Trez throughout the whole events, everything that they did, the face-offs. Chef Trez didn't show
What?
up. So Chef Trez didn't show up to a lot, all everything. So then, when Chef Trez came in his rounds in the second round, he had something about, politics. That he was trying to talk about politics, shouting out, and he also shout out the mayor. Tita was like, "What the fuck, bro?" He's like, "Wait a minute, He's like, "You live in Atlanta." He's like, "You the only nigga who was not at all the events, but you live in Atlanta, and you got the nerve telling us about politics." He said, "We were here. There was a conference. We had everything happening with the black voters thing for black people, and you were not there. Why are you bringing this up in this round?" Like I think he had like, I don't know if T-Top kind of had the pre-rebuttal. Somebody told T-Top that Chef Trez had this thing about politics in his second round because, and me when Chef Trez said it, T-Top responded back with like, "Bro, you were not here." Like it sounded like a reader, right? So T-Top, Chef Trez was great. Chef Trez top. He was top three. Was it top five last year in Champion of the Year? He was on that
He was
level.
what, two, three, I think,
Three,
three
yeah.
or four.
So he was. So he was on that level, being Chef Trash, but Tita broke back the Tita that made him famous, the Tita that was killing, that was Tita this year. He was walling. He wigged on him. It was to the point the crowd started yelling 3-0, 3-0. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, I don't believe it's a that 3-0. Like that you have to start screaming 3-0. I'm like, Chef Trez is it's not like Chef Trez is bad. I'm just saying Chef Trez was he just got outclassed. That was not like I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, I don't think Chef Trez is saying anything bad. It's just T-Tap is just I guess T-Tap was like, I'm up here. Then I think what better came after that? I'm not trying to think. So clone did happen. That then uh I think that was Tay Rock versus Loso. Oh God. If you look on Twitter, people are still debating
I
about this
can't get
battle.
nothing to work, yo. Swear
If
two
you look
points
on
both of them.
Twitter, if you hear
Good.
some battle rappers are debating this battle because some people believe Loso got robbed. Some people believe it was a 1-1. It was a tie. I can tell you guys. Mm, yeah, I can tell you who won this battle. Okay, I can tell you which rounds people won, but there's one round that I'm not sure who won the round.
Ah, GG.
So
GG.
Losses, if I'm
That's
not mistaken, Losses started the round off. Losses started the round off. He had this angle about caution, and the whole round was him talking about caution and Rock. But the main topic was caution, messing with John and everybody else. It was like the angle was terrible. The angle was not that great. The angle was good, but it was not. The angle was not that. It was not something I'm like, okay, you have to do the whole round on. Like, Why did we do the whole round on? You could have kept it like a little bit that then Tay-Rock being Tay-Rock told him, bro, I'm telling you, Tay-Rock said, I remember when I told you the only battle
I
that matters
finally
this
got over
week.
the 2K.
He's like, you remember when I told you he's like, remember when I told you that the only person I'm focused on is like you should take this as disrespect. I'm not focused on you. I'm focused on your partner over there who I'm facing in 2 days in A-Ward. That's the only battle I care about. You're not just I don't care about you at all. But he was wigging on him like he don't even though he didn't care about the battle, he was wigging on him. He's like, you gotta do something to make me. Then, he said so round one automatically goes to, round one automatically goes to Tay Rock because he was walling on him. Tay Rock was walling on Loso. I was like, oh Loso, you can't take it looked like the Breeze all over again. When Breeze better Loso, I'm like, this is looking like Breeze Loso all over again. Then Loso comes in round two. Then Loso starts wigging. Loso starts wigging. I'm like, oh, Loso is coming. I'm like, I didn't know the Loso had this in him, like to start wigging him too. I was like, I've seen it before, but I've seen it like he has to start wigging from the get-go, and then he maintains the momentum. Like you know how the quad is on one side at first, then you start seeing the quad kind of shift, the momentum shift. Because after the T-Rock went, the quad didn't want to hear anything Loso was saying. He was fighting for reaction. Then, like a quarter into his second round, the quad started shifting. I'm like, okay, let's see what's happening. They started cheering for Loso. I'm like, oh, like halfway, the crowd is now neutral. Everybody's like cheering for Loso, Tay-Rock, Loso. Then Tay-Rock, second round. In my personal opinion, in the first one, I had edged the round to Loso because he had more like something. His substance was there. He was more moments, uh, more haymakers. Then Taylor kind of cooled down from where he was in round one. He kind of cooled down. Then round three, Now, if y'all want to know round three, the topic was almost. That was the theme of the round. Hillier said, "This round we're gonna call it almost. You almost about to fight. Yeah, he attacked every almost into the point. Long, even you know how Tay Rock sometimes doesn't pay attention to people when people are rapping about him. He normally kind of tunes them out a little bit. So he's like listening. Tay Rock was like, "Oh, wait a minute." Tay Rock started giving him pointers. He's like, "Okay, you mentioned every major big thing that happened in my career." He talked about the seatbelt. He's like, "The reason why you was like cut, another cut, another cut." He's like, "You were almost about to click it in. You were up." Then T-Rock was like, "Man, you mentioned every big moment." He's like, you missing one." You hear T-Rock, he's like, "The next one, talk about the big body bitch." I'm like, T-Rock, I'm like, "You gonna say that loud for the people to hear?" He's like, "Come on, I need you to talk about the big body bitch." And Lawson started laughing. He's like, "I'm not talking about that." He's like, "That doesn't have to do with nothing of my round." Like then Lawson, that almost round hit Wade. It was actually, it kind of, I think it shook, you know, the like his confidence was up now. So when he kind of shook, when he took the momentum and everyone is on thing, then Tay Rock choked in the third round. It was a slight choke, but it's a choke, right? So you fucked up in the in the third round. So the third round goes to Loso. The judges had wait, the fans had Loso. No, the fans had Tay Rock. The judges had Loso. I'm confused. Who had what? Because you know, uh Jan Jan posted out the winners and Loso had was on the part of the people who won. And then, you know, then the next battle was Arsenal. I
He didn't pay them because I heard he
who
paid each person.
everybody got paid.
No, but
But there was
like the winning money, like the 20,000, 30,000, like
uh so I guess they were going by the fan votes, but so the person who got paid was the 40,000 was Tay Rock.
okay. So Tay Rock technically won.
Yeah, Tay Rock technically won the money, but most of the fans believe Loso. But after the battle and people watched the battle, I guess I don't know who won, the judges who they had, because it was confusion between the judges. Because when John John said Loso won by the judges, then the judge said no, we had Tay Rock. That's how Tay Rock got the 40,000. But most of the fans say Loso. Some fans are saying Loso got robbed because they say he won the second and the third. And now then we go to Arsenal and Ben News. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't. To be honest, I don't remember that battle.
You don't remember you paid for it and don't even remember the battle.
I don't remember what they was said. I don't remember what uh what Ben News said. I don't remember anything from that battle. I don't remember nothing. I recall seeing it, but I don't remember what. I don't even know who went first, who went second. I don't remember who. I don't know if I don't remember nothing.
Yo, that was a bad battle. If you paid money for it and you still don't know who went first, went second, that
I
was
don't
a
remember.
bad joint, bro. That's like Yoshi versus uh who was that? 40 bars.
But like I go like I know that it was the co-main event that came before John John and John John and Calico, but that battle itself, I don't remember what was said. I don't remember what was said. I don't remember. I know they were there. I know I can tell you what they were wearing. Well, I can't tell you what they were wearing because I don't remember what Arsenal was wearing on that battle. I know what was. I can tell you what Ben News was wearing, but I don't remember nothing from that battle at all.
Yeah, I don't even think it mattered
Or
because News
I
won.
think
News won. Uh,
yeah.
he got the money.
So because also I think the one thing I remember was the maybe even let me think about it. I think the news had this scheme about the Crips and the grapes. I don't to be I don't is that's something I that's popping my like he had this scheme about us not being the grapes and something about gangs. It was difficult to remember the battle. Now let's talk about John John versus Calico. John John 3-0. And it's about that was a clear 3-0. Y'all want me to elaborate how was the 3-0? John John just showed levels. Well, he didn't show levels. He just had more haymakers. His rounds were better. Uh, it looked like Calico just came there to get the check. Didn't care.
Can we have a serious conversation?
All right.
So so now, even though I haven't been watching battle rap, we do
Yep.
a battle rap podcast. So I'm loosely watching battle rap all the
Yep.
time.
Uh huh.
Can we call quits for other people? Like, if they're not going to do it for themselves, can we do it? Can we
we
retire them?
we tried. We kind of did call it quits for a lot of people on
Because
this
some
podcast.
people have redeemed themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I will come
He-
out and say I was wrong about T-Top. Now, at the time that I did say it, I was very correct. But
yeah.
he came back around, and a couple battles later, he's here, and now he's cooking Chef Trace, who
Yep.
finished fourth. Even though I felt like he shouldn't have been that high, but whatever, we're not gonna talk about that.
Well,
But Calico has been getting cooked for I don't know how many battles, but I think it was either before Surf or Surf. But since Surf or the one before that, he's been getting cooked every time we see him. Can we get him? Can we get him out of here?
I I believe
Can he
that
leave?
I can be with you. I agree with you on that one because I go lie. The whole I don't know why he kept saying the rounds. First of all, every time John John finishes rounds, he's like, "I'm about to get into my 2 minute round." I don't know why you kept because round. Okay, John John had a pretty long first round, but it was not that long. It wasn't as long as Greedy. It was long enough, to be noticeable that it was a long round, right? But after that, Calico kept emphasizing the 2 minute round, and Jajan saying we agreed on 2:30. He said your contract says 2:30 grace period.
Even still, if you don't got no fire in the 2 minutes, you still getting cooked.
No, first of all,
You
he
getting
ran through.
souffled.
I'm gonna lie, he went through his material. Like he was there for a check. He really didn't care for a win. He was there for a check.
Then can he just admit
Literally,
that?
he literally ran through. He didn't have any performance with it. He ran through his material like he's rapping a song. Uh, he, I don't remember even what he said. Oh, I remember that he got cooked.
He said all I remember is he got cooked, and he was the main event with John John. Like,
Bro,
come on,
I
yo.
was like, bro, when I'm listening to like I don't y'all know. First of all, he won second. After the first round, I'm like, okay, cool. Second round, I'm like, okay. After he went second in the second round, I'm like, he's still running through. Like we are listening to music. I'm like, bro. After the third round, I tuned him out. I tuned him out. I'm like, bro, I don't care at this point.
I
Okay.
think sometimes it's an oversaturation for the fan, but there's also like levels of just you need to just quit.
Yeah,
Like,
because like
come on.
the fans started saying 3-0 like in the second round.
Like Calico should be putting up a fight against whoever, but it don't seem that way. Same thing with
But
Arsenal. Sometimes I feel like Arsenal came and got a check. Even when he rapped good, it sounded like he came and got a check. When he
now
cooked, what's her name? Official, he came and got a check, bro. Because he did the same exact thing the next battle, and he only lost because he choked. He did the same exact thing.
because then I watched. So then I didn't watch the next. The next event was Monopoly 2, but I heard it was a great event. Main event was Tay Rock. Even Tay Rock admitted he lost the first round. That's surprising because Tay Rock, Tay Rock is a fucking Tay Rock. A bit when they did the the recap together. Him and Tay and Awo did kind of the a recap of their battle together. And Tay Rock literally said, "I knew I lost my first round after the first bar of him of Edward's readings." I'm like, how did you know how you lost? He's like, because he's like, this is what he's like, I want to say he's maybe the best or the best rebuttal I ever stood in front of. He's like, and I stood in front of all the best rebuttals. I stood in front of Tate. I stood in front of Harlow. I stood in front of Peste, Charlie Clips, DNA.
That
He's
DNA
like,
one still haunts him.
he's like, but he's like, but their rebuttals was more of like, he's like, you gotta know. He's like, his rebuttals are more of the timing of the rebuttal. He's like, because he's like, he's like, I'm like, after I finish, he's like, he said like 6 to 8 bars of my material and rebutted it. And I'm like, you had I'm like, I'm like, I hope he forgets, like he chokes in on his readings. He's like, because he said every bar, all my hottest bars that I had all my hottest 6, 8 bars I had, they were hard in my first one. He said them verbatim, word for word, bar for bar, and he killed me with it. He said, then when I had the first bar of his, he said the first bar of his readings was a haymaker. Oh my God. He said, I looked at my people. I was like, yeah, we lost this round. He's like, y'all can't even, yeah. It's like, if they say 1-0, we should agree with them. He said, we should agree with them. Because I watched, shout out to the riot. They showed like the preview of the VOD. And I don't know how AWOL got into, first of all, I don't know how AWOL got into the thing, uh the the scheme that he was in. But I guess he said some gambas at the beginning of the round, right? And then he said, I know some of y'all say, oh, that should you shouldn't say gambas. He said, but he's like, the Lord, I know God right now looking at me. God might cast me right, he might hate me right now because I said gambas in the beginning of the round. But he's like, ain't you the one who say, uh, who here, who without sin cast the first on? So you said me Rock, bro. The way he set up Rock, and Rock looked at him, he's like, Rock grabbed him and was like, boy. He's like, boy. I'm like, Rock, did you forget that you banned this man? Rock is like, it was the way he said it though. It was the way he said it. You kind of saw the cut, bro. Then I guess some lady was like, it's not enough. And Caution is telling the lady, he's like, that's enough. He said enough. He said that one butt is enough of what Tay Rock said. He's like, it's enough. He's like, you didn't hear what she said. I think the Caution kind of tried to break down the bar to the lady who was trying to hype up, who was trying to be the high man for Rock, because the way he said it, he's like in the I guess he's like in the Bible. There's a passage when I know the part, like the way he got the passage where Jesus and the whatever the high Jews were trying to they were trying to they were scoring this prostitute, saying that she doesn't belong in the church, right? And Jesus said, since you saying that, whoever without the first stone, whoever without sin cast the first stone, throw the stones, because they say in they believe if you are considered a prostitute back then, you were supposed to be stoned to death. So he said, whoever without sin cast the first stone. And everybody who was kind of trying to scold her or started leaving one by one. So Tay-Rock took that ball and said, I guess he had gambas. He said, since you had, he's like, since you said everybody, he's like, you said without whoever without the first cast the first rock, and you threw rock at me. He threw rock at me. So it's fair game at this, is this, but I can say gambas all I want. I'm like, okay, but Rock said, in Edward's opinion, he won first and second. Rock didn't say which round he thought. He said he won the third, but he never said which round he won after the third. Uh, uh, I guess the judges had Ted Rock winning. They had four judges, and Rock won 3-1. Next battle I want to say was Snake Eyes and Riggs.
Snake
They
Eyes is
said
still. Didn't they battle like 6 times?
I don't know. Snake Eyes and Riggs better how many times? I don't know. I don't really pay attention, but they're the bet. This is a good battle. Great uh thing, great battle from what I'm hearing. Then the next battle that I saw on the VOD trailer was Loso versus Geechee, and people are saying this is now robbery because the fan vote had Loso winning by 70% or 69%, and the judges got Geechee winning. And Geechee's like, wait, Loso didn't know about the judges, right? Loso didn't know about the judges, and everybody who kind of saw the judging were saying the judges were all over the place, were messy on this battle. They didn't know what to do. Uh, but Loso had this bar. I think it was in the beginning of his first round. He kind of addressed Geechee Gotti. Remember when the 2-on-2 happened when Loso and Awo versus Geechee, and I was like Geechee and was it Geechee and B Dot or Geechee and Ramniti, whoever they battled. And Loso had this Loso and started had like a solo saying that his dad got killed. His dad was, I don't know if Loso and Geechee battled before, but he said his dad died in prison. And Geechee responded and said, if your dad had a banger, he would be still alive. But he didn't. He said, if your dad still had your daddy had a bang on him, he would be alive right now. So Loso says the last time we battled, I told you my dad died in prison, and you came out and said if your dad had a bang on him, he'll be alive. He said he's like no metaphors, no metaphor, no scheme, no nothing, no rhyming with it. You knew that the pure disrespect towards my dad will get you reactions. He's like, without saying get you, I want to tell you, you's a bitch. Ah, like he literally still like he said it while looking at that. Then he looked at Geechee because Geechee was looking at the camera. He's like, without being said, Geechee, I want to tell you right to your face, nigga, use the bitch. Then Jaja is like, watch your mouth. Jaja was like, watch your mouth. He's like, I know this is better rap, and you gotta say what you have to say. But as a friend, he's like, but as a friend, there's line. He's like, as my friend, there's some lines, there's some things you should not cross. He's like, then he had this whole pain. You felt the pain. He's like, because he's like, they told me my dad was in heaven. Maybe he's like, I never believed when I was young. They told me my dad was watching over me. Maybe they were trying to keep me, the loss is like a loss of a parent. It's like maybe they're trying to keep me calm because they know how it's painful. So how what it feel like they tell you about your dad, like it's in your will. It's like it's all you're in God's will, but you know that you were never in your dad's will. I'm like, and you see Gitchy's like cringe. Gitchy's like, yeah, boy. Gitchy had another, some Christian type of line. Uh, then after the battle, Geechee Los was doing his recap, and Geechee came and interrupted the recap. He's like, "Boy, you know you know you family, bro." It's like you like family, bro. So he's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "When you said that about your dad, man, he's like, I kind of felt it too." He's like, "When you said that, I was like, I felt it, man." He's like, "Your family." He's like, "I had to say it though." He's like, I had to come to you like that though. He's like, you friend. He's like, we're friends in real life. He's like, I had to, but I heard that was a good event. Uh, Great cards.
Was that the same event that they announced Geechee versus Hitman?
That was the Boopin event.
Okay.
So so right before Kalako and Janjan,
They announced it.
where the mayor came on stage, and Geechee was doing the commentary of the event. So Geechee was told to come on stage. So they were trying to get Geechee to come on stage because John, Heeman was already hosting the event. So Heeman was on stage. So Heeman is like hosting. The mayor came on stage. He said, "Yo, Geechee." So everybody's like, "Geechee, the mayor is calling you." So Geechee came on stage, and the mayor was like, "Oh, you want to see this battle?" People was like, "Yeah," but that how when you say yeah, but you're not convincing a yes, like okay, yeah. Then he repeated himself. He's like, "Do y'all want to see this battle?" He's like, yeah, and people was like, the year kind of kept emphasizing. He's like, the last time he's like, "Do y'all want to see this battle?" He's like, "Yeah." Everyone's like, "Yeah, hell yeah." And the mirror's like, "Yeah, it's on my next card." And the mirror, when he said my next card, you saw kind of him and looked at him. He's like, "So we got the next politics. Oh, politics the usual too is coming." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm on there," because you, bro, Heyman is the funniest host because after that, like at the main event, he got pissed. He was mad now because everyone was getting money and counting their money. Everybody got their money, and he didn't get money for the event. So he's like, "Bro, I'm not getting paid enough to host this battle." He's like, "Yo," he looked at Janja. He's like, "If you win, I want some money. I want to win some money too from you." He's like, "I want to win this money too." He looked at Calico. Calico is laughing too. Calico is kind of laughing at him because he's like literally emphasizing that him and us like, "Man, I can't win this 50. I think it was 50,000. If it's not 50, it was almost 60,000. I can't win this 60,000. He's like, "Yo, man, send it to me. I'll send it back to the he was hilarious at the end of the battle because he was pissed. Now he's like, first of all, he's like, funny thing, he did a mistake that Spec did before, recently did. Because after Jan went, right, third round, Kanako was supposed to go for his third. And He-Man was closing it out like the battle is over. And Judge was like, "Yo, Calico gotta go." And He-Man was like, "Oh, my bad." He's like, "Man, I've been standing here for 8 hours." He's like, "Man, yeah, it's hot in here." Oh, yeah, shout out to Remy Ma. Hold on. Remy, I don't know if you noticed this. I don't know if people pointed this out. Because I guess she popped out with that invitation, right? She just showed up
She
out
just
of the
showed up
blue
in that joint.
because she said she was going to her friend's house and she stopped by. She saw where she was at the traffic light and she's like, "Wait, I think this is where that's where it's supposed to be the event." And she just drove in and tried to see if it was actually the actual hotel. And she came up the seventh floor and she was there. So when she was talking, I don't know. I don't know if whoever you I don't know if you're with Papoose or you're with Easy, they gotta tell you, man, your titties was out.
The what was out?
Her titty was out, bro. Well, it was covered. The nipple was covered, but she was not wearing a bra, so you could kind of see it.
Oh, she was out here. She was on her Rihanna shit.
Because while she was talking, she was holding the fan and the mic. And every time she lifted the mic like this, trying to fan, the thing that she was wearing was too short to cover everything to the way it's supposed to be.
So them
So
joints
you
was
you
just
gotta
out.
you could kind of saw it.
That's out of
Either
pocket.
way, either way, you kind of saw it. So I'm just saying. And I was like, yo, I even left the comment. I was like, somebody gotta point this out to to Remy that people can see her
Somebody,
precious.
somebody gotta let her know to keep them Jones contained.
Yeah,
Focus on her new card. But how do you think this battle's gonna go? We got Geechee and Hitman coming up in a couple months or month. We don't know when the next card is happening.
to be honest, from what I've seen from this politics, usually this gonna be a good one because it's real money. It's more of like the. I think the mayor is bringing back the feel that how remember how Midnight Menace was supposed to be like money on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the feel of that money on you getting your back your behind your normal endorsements and everything because he's giving you more money too because everyone who was at the bullpen Leo said this is the most money some one of the most money they've ever made in battle rap. Tay-Rock said he's like this is probably my top two most money I ever made in battle rap without the 40,000 that he won. Without the 40,000, he's like that's the most money I made in battle rap. And even Loso said it because they asked Loso what made you think of taking Tay-Rock and Tay-Rock and get you back to back within like 3 days prep time, 3 days within each other. He's like, first of all, the me and Geechee was already booked months before this card, before the politics of usual card. He's like, we already had booked. He's like, the main reason, but when they came and gave me the call of Terrock, I could not pass that opportunity up to go against two of the legends and do something that's never been done before and better them in the same weekend. And plus the money. He's like the money that they were saying. He's like that was the most money. Even Tay-Rock said it too. He's like the A word was his focus. And the crazy part, people said Loso said he started writing for Geechee after the Tay-Rock the battle. So he wrote for Geechee on Friday and Saturday to battle Geechee on Sunday. And people believe that his best performance was against Geechee. And I'm confused. How is that possible? Right. Now let's talk about the NFL draft. I watched every. I didn't watch every
Did it
round,
go
but
exactly how the mock draft looked? Because it looked damn near like it went that way.
not everything went how the mock draft looked. Not everything, but
Everybody
yes.
say they're hype about the Bears and they're hype about is that the Cardinals? I think everybody's hype about.
All right, I can tell you the best. Okay, the first three picks went exactly what people expected to go. Uh, Caleb Williams went first. Uh, JD, was it J, Mc, McDaniels went second. Drake May went third. Marvin Harrison went. Marvin Harrison went. Marvin Harrison went fourth. This is where the mock draft went wrong because the Chargers didn't take a receiver. The Chargers took an offensive lineman.
A lineman got drafted fourth.
No, a lineman got drafted fifth
No, at the Chargers. Damn.
at the Chargers, and people had believed the Chargers was gonna take a defensive player or a receiver.
Well, dude, what
Then
their line is their line terrible? I don't remember their
no,
line being that great.
no, I don't. They have okay. I don't think it's terrible, but they have one piece that's already like set in stone. I guess they're trying to improve, build it like two set They have one great tackle, and I guess they want to have another great tackle on the other side. Then the Giants took Malik Neighbors, who's who's probably one of my favorite people to when he talks. You know, when I listen to him on the Pivot podcast, shout out to the Pivot. Jaden yes. Then the Titans took a offensive lineman. Now this is where shit went left. I want y'all gotta tell me what the Falcons are thinking. Did the Falcons pay Kirk Cousins $100 million for 4 years, $100 million guaranteed, right?
Did they not get him a wide receiver?
No, they didn't get him a wide receiver.
Oh my god.
They already have wide receiver, but they didn't get him extra wide receiver. They were supposed to improve the defense. Guess what they did? They drafted a quarterback. I want to know what the fuck were y'all thinking? Like, okay,
Wait, they
they
wait,
drafted a quarterback.
they did they
They
trade him?
draft
They didn't trade him.
trade who? The quarterback?
Or
No,
any of the rounds?
no. He's still on the
yo,
Falcons.
yo, the
He's gonna be
Falcons.
on the Falcons.
The Falcons is.
They drafted the quarterback from Washington, Michael Penix Jr. I like him. I like Michael Penix Jr. I like him. He's a great player, great thing. It's not that I don't. That's not his fault. It's not his fault that he got drafted by the Falcons. It's not the person to blame is the Falcons. Why did you draft a quarterback when y'all paid somebody? Even Kirk Cousins didn't know until it happened. I'm confused.
If I was Kirk Cousins, I would take that money and not do nothing. You think I'm about to get injured, and y'all just drafted a quarterback? Yo, son.
Everyone's like, oh, maybe
I'm getting the
because
fuck out of there.
everyone's like, oh, because they drafted a quarterback because Kirk Cousins just told he's 38, he's coming off injury. I was like, I'm like, okay, it's good, all right. Still doesn't make sense for me. Why I tell you I drafted a quarterback? Still, the Bears drafted the Washington receiver Romy Aduzne. So they got Caleb Williams, another weapon. The Vikings got a quarterback, JJ McCarthy from Michigan. The Jets drafted the O line. Great. The Jets did a great thing. They needed O line help so bad. The Broncos drafted a quarterback. The Raiders were looking for a quarterback. If Matt if the Falcons didn't do some bullshit, this is what the Falcons did. If the Falcons didn't draft the quarterback, the Raiders would have drafted a quarterback. That's one thing I believe. But they drafted the tight end, Brooks Bowers. The Saints drafted an offensive lineman. So for the first 15 picks, the first 14 picks was all offense. That was a record. That set a record ever in the NFL. The first picks be all offensive players. The first 14 picks. The first defensive player was Tau Tau Lai Latau or Latu from UCLA, the edge rusher, who I wanted to come to the Eagles. I wanted him to fall so bad because I mean when I saw the Saints drafted, I was like, yeah, y'all can keep drafting, keep drafting offensive players. Let him fall, let him fall, let him fall. But he went 15. Uh, the Seahawks drafted a D tackle, a defensive tackle. Uh, the Vikings drafted another a defensive player from Alabama, Dallas Tanner, who's a great player, by the way. The Bengals drafted the offensive lineman. Then the Rams drafted a replacement for Aaron Donald. Uh, the Steelers drafted an offensive guard.
All right, hold on. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed it. But what I was really excited about was where uh, the offensive players were, the important ones. I mean, The
Oh,
quarterbacks and the wides. So where is what was his name? Marvin Harrison Jr.
the
Where did he go?
Cardinals. He went to the Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. went to the Cardinals. Malik Neighbors went to there was a debate
And the
between Marvin
Falcons had
Harris.
a pick before the Cardinals.
No,
Okay, all right. At least they didn't have a pick before them. Because I was about to say, if y'all didn't take
so
Marvin Harrison,
there was a debate. So people were debating this because when the Cardinals on the clock, there was a whole debate between Marvin Harrison and Malik Neighbors because every Steven Smith, you know, uh, Steven Smith, Steven Smith believes Marvin. He's like, this is interchangeable. These are the top two wide receivers. He's like, these are the top two wide receivers, but he believes more Malik Neighbors was more NFL. His ability was more NFL ready than Marvin Harrison. He said you can't go wrong with either one. But his wide receiver one on his draft was Malik Neighbors and Harrison was two. So the Cardinals took Harrison. The New York Giants took Neighbors. Uh, the Bears took another receiver from Washington, Romeo Anduzde, who was the wide receiver. You know, wide receiver number three, and the Eagles drafted the top. Y'all gotta let now. Let's talk about Howie. Howie should not let I get away with this every year. Howie should not let y'all should not let Howie Roseman get away with this 2 years in a row.
the Bills keep helping the Chiefs.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Bills helping the Chiefs, but Howie should not be let out. Y'all let Howie draft two. So when the Eagles were on the clock, right? Everyone knew that the Eagles were drafting a corner, right? The Eagles were these are the three corners that the Eagles were supposed to be looking at. Was Quinion Mitchell, who was the top corner by everybody's mock draft, the top corner in the draft,
Mm-hmm.
right? And was Tyrion and the one who Tyrion Arnold, who's from Alabama, who has a relationship with Devontae Smith, and the white corner that we got in the second round. What is his name? What's his goddamn name?
The one that was jumping in the crowd.
Not the one. I don't know if he dreamt it. Cooper DeJean.
Mm.
Cooper DeJean was the top three corners. Then there was the corner from Clemson who was supposed to be fast, but he's undersized. He was fast for the scheme that the Eagles were gonna play. That's why they were talking about it, that he's fast. But that was the three corners, right? Somehow the Eagles find out got the two top corners in the draft on their team. Cooper DeJean in the second round and Quinion Mitchell in the first round. Brian Thomas, the other receiver from LSU, went to the Jaguars and the Bills. Shout out to the Bills, man. The Bills keep helping the Chiefs. The Bills traded with the Chiefs, and the Chiefs moved up and literally got Xavier Worthy. Everybody wants to know why people are worried about this because Xavier Worthy ran the fastest 40 time ever in the NFL Combine. Then when you look at his tape, he's not like 40 time fast. You know how some people are 40 time fast, but when they get
Yeah.
on on the field, is not that fast. He's fast on the field,
Why do they
right?
keep letting them get all the fast receivers?
I don't know.
They at the bottom of the draft. Like, why do y'all let them get the fast receivers and nobody picks them? It's
And
like
then
y'all just give them exactly what they need.
you should have seen. I saw Michael. Michael was pissed when the Eagles picked Quinion Mitchell. Michael was like, "God damn, y'all did it again, 2 years in a row. Y'all took the player that I believe was one of the best defensive player in the draft." But at the same time, I want to say, bro, I believe that Even though they helped, you know, even though I believe they helped, the Bills helped the Chiefs. They also got a receiver that's actually good for them because they got Keon Coleman. If y'all want to know why I'm saying Keon Coleman is good for them, you gotta go look up Keon Coleman on all your social media and find out why. This man is Ocho Cinco 2.0. Pure comedy. He's funny. Y'all remember when Ocho Cinco was in the NFL? The joy he talked about, the how humble he was. Although I don't believe Ocho was humble, but when it came to stuff about that matters, like money, spending money, doing stuff that about financials, he was actually smart with his money, right? Coleman, Keon Coleman went viral because he was before the press conference at the Bills. They were talking about his jacket. He was wearing like a winter jacket, a winter puffer jacket. And they were like, "Yo, why?" I was like, "You came from? When did you buy a winter jacket? We thought you went to Florida. It's hot down there." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I forgot I went to college." He's like, "Before I went to Florida State, I went to college in Michigan for 2 years." He's like, "It's cold in Michigan. I already." He's like, "What job talking about? I already play. I already know how to prepare. I already know how to play in the cold." Then, so since they were talking about his jacket, the reporter was talking about his jacket. He asked the reporter. He's like, "Man," he's like, he's like, "Guess where I got this from?" Because it looked like an expensive jacket, right? The reporter, I don't know. He's like the reporter. I said, "I don't know. I don't." He's like, "Just guess." He's like, "I know you're gonna get it wrong." He's like, "I know for a fact you're gonna get it wrong, but I just want you to guess." The first of all, the reporter said Tom Izzo, the coach from Michigan State basketball team. He said, "What you mean? No, I got this from Macy's on the deal." He said, "What you mean? I got this from Macy's. This is 89." He's like 79.99 on the deal. He's like, "Man." He's like, "Nice little deals." He's like, I'm going back. He's like, I'm gonna find the nearest Macy's after here. I need a blue and a red one. I'm going back and buying some more." He was so literally funniest person I've listened to. I finally found his full some of his full interview moments in his interview. He's so funny because he literally saying like, right, he's like, what you mean Macy's? It's like I shop in the summertime or in the spring. I shop like my mama a season or two before the actual season. Then some lady was like, "Oh, yeah, they have more deals on Thanksgiving." He's like, "Yeah, I didn't know about the Thanksgiving deals." He's like, "But I don't shop during Thanksgiving. The prices are too high for myself." Right? Then the
Got a
you
young
know
Ocho in the league. I like that.
he said that the prices are too high. Then they even asked him. Started talking about everything that he did. When they asked him about uh I guess he plays the guitar, right? Well, they saw a video of him playing the guitar, and they saw the video of him playing golf before. And it's like, so he's like, "We seen you play the guitar and golf. How good are you in both? In one of them or in both?" He's like, "What you mean?" He's like, "I don't know how to play the guitar. I know how to hit the few strings, but I don't know how to play the guitar." He's like, "When it comes to golf, I'm terrible in that too." He's like, "I don't know how to play golf." He's like, I know how to drive, but when it comes to the part, I'm terrible." He's like, "I can hit the ball he's like, when the beginning, he's like, top golf, I can hit the net and everything, but when it be other actual course, I'm terrible." He's like, "I'm terrible." He's like, "I can hit the drive, but when we come to the putting to making the ball, when you see the green grass around, yeah, that is that when we get into the green, I'm terrible. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all can't tell me shit about that." He's like, "I'm terrible." He's like, "I call myself Tiger. Wish you could. I wish I could golf, but I don't know how to golf."
Wish I could.
He said, Tiger, wish you could. He's like, I don't wish I could go, but I don't. Then they asked him about, I guess they had, when they introduced him and did the tour about the building, that his name in the on the stadium, like the scoreboard, the name on the scoreboard. So he's like, how did you feel about your name? Seeing your name on the scoreboard. He's like, man, I liked it. He's like, but I scored three imaginary touchdowns, three touchdowns. He's like, he's like, so what run did you run? He's like, they were fast too. They were 30 seconds apart. He's like, they were 30 seconds. He's like, that's a record. He's like, but he's so pure. Like when you see him, he's so pure fun, because he even went through. I guess there's like a chamber, like and a cold chamber at the Bills way for recovery. The kind of it freezes you. So I guess this was the first time he saw that cold chamber ever in his life. So he asked them, he's like, "What you go in there with your boxers?" He's like, "Yes." He's like, "You want to see how?" No. So he walked in and he felt the cold. He's like, "Oh, y'all about to freeze my pants," because the pants kind of just crinkled up. He's like, "Oh," then when he got, he said, "I'm about to freeze the pants." He's like, "Yo, that's too cold." That almost. He's like, yeah, "That shit about to freeze my pants." He's like, "Man." So you walked when you walked there, you saw the smoke. He's like, "Oh," he's like, "That looks like he's like, that feel like the Undertaker." He's like, "Y'all ever watch wrestling? The Undertaker when he comes out with the smoke." He's like, "Yeah, we gotta reshoot that. Y'all gotta turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. Let's reshoot that." And then the funny part, the staff went with it. Everyone went with what he was doing, because even when he walked out, when he walked in and went back and turned off the light. The problem is they didn't have the Undertaker song. I guess they could not. They didn't know which Undertaker he was talking about. But he actually said the Undertaker, no Johnson. They should have known he was talking about the Undertaker, the wrestler. Funniest thing I seen. So they turned off the light. He came out and he's like, "Yeah, that's what we should do next year for pre-draft. Pre-draft, we gotta get the drafters to come out the court chamber like they're in the Undertaker." I'm like, this nigga is hilarious, funniest. Even after, so you know, before they showed him before he got on the podium for the interview, he saw all the reporters with snacks. So he's like, "Wait, where did y'all get the snacks?" They showed him the snack bar. He's like, "Oh yeah, I can't test that right now." Then after the interview, he asked the person who the PR person, like, "Can I get the snacks?" So he got he went on the snack bar. He's looking. He's like, "Hmm." So he got the wagyu cookies, and he's like, "Oh." Then people's like, "Yeah, those are fire. Those are fire." He's like, "You tested this?" She's like, "Yeah, I already had." He's like, "How many?" He's like, "I already had three." And he's like, "You want another one?" He's like, "You want this one?" He's like, "We can go half. You can take what you taste one. I take half." He's like, "Because there's too much sugar in one." So they kind of broke it in half. While he was broken in half, I guess one of the reporters, the husband was also a reporter of uh the lady who broke half with him. So he said something about, she said, "Oh, I had three," and the husband said four. So a reporter said, "Oh, the husband said four." He's like, "You didn't have to add that." He's like, "You didn't have to say that she had four. He's like, that no, that you didn't have to say that," and he kept on walking. But he's a young ultra in the making, man. Uh, yeah. Before we go to the end, before we go to extra the NBA. Let's talk about the boxing, WWE real quick. Boxing, I gonna lie. Oh yeah, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson is officially it's now officially a professional fight. It goes, if Jake Paul loses, it goes against his record. If Mike Tyson loses, it goes against his record. So this is a sanctioning fight, actually a professional fight, an official professional fight. It's not an exhibition match. It's a pro fight. WWE. Logan Paul is the funniest person on WWE, but also the dummiest person also too. We need to find Logan Paul. He stole 3 Super Bowl rings on Monday.
They got they got Super Bowl rings in WWE
no. So the
in the draft.
Monday Night Raw, no, Monday Night Raw was in Kansas City, right? In the, I don't know which stadium was it, probably, I don't know, but in Kansas City, and they had Patrick Mahomes came with Logan Paul, because Patrick Mahomes is signed to Prime. Logan Patrick Mahomes is a Prime athlete,
Okay.
so he came. Logan Paul was talking to the Judgment Day, like, did his segment trying to diss Jey Uso. So Jey Uso found out about the dissing, and Jey Uso said, "Man, I like that we signed." So they told Jey Uso about what Logan Paul said to him about. So Jey Uso decided. This is what Jey Uso decided. He said, "Man, I like that we signed the pro brother, but I said I ain't gonna lie. At the same, I wish we signed the one with the winning record, meaning They wish they could sign Jake Paul, not Logan Paul, because Logan Paul, when he was signed, he had the losing record. He said, I wish we actually signed the one with the winning record, and he left. So Logan Paul came, I think, was it right after, or Logan Paul did the WWE have their own draft to select where other wrestlers, which show the wrestlers are going to be on for the rest of the year. So Jey Uso didn't have to be called because today on Monday, because he was called on Friday as the first overall pick for Monday Night Raw. So technically, in technical specs, he's supposed to be the face for Monday Night Raw. He's like, they're pushing him as the guy on Monday Night Raw. So he's like, okay, he's having, Logan Paul and Speed are up there. Speed is having a time. I was like announcing the the picks. Then after they announced the picks for each show, the two picks for each show, Logan Paul kept on going with his promo. He started dissing the Uso. He's like, yeah. It's like, I had Jey Uso because I'm telling the truth, and he's dissing me. Da, 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 da. He's like, I only came here. I came to Kansas City just to chill with the Super Bowl winning, for only to chill with the winners. To do the picks and chill with Patrick Mahomes. I didn't come here for Jey Uso. So Jey Uso comes number one. If people don't know, Jey Uso right now is like the John Cena. Every fan loves Jey Uso. All the, like, when his song hits, everybody's doing Jey Uso's dance. So Jey Uso comes out, and Pat McAfee is one of the people who kind of has this whole wave of Jey Uso going with it, because Pat McAfee is a commentator on WWE. So Pat McAfee, when Jey Uso song hits, he's like, "Oh, he's like, Kansas City is eating," and Pat McAfee gets on the top of the announce table. He's like, "Let's go, Us!" He's doing the Us, and Logan Paul's like, "Stop it, Pat." He's like, "We're supposed to be friends, Pat. Stop it." He's like, "Pat McAfee, stop it." And Pat McAfee is not. When Pat McAfee, this one thing people should know about Pat McAfee when he's on WWE. There's three things that he will never go against: Roman Reigns, Jey Uso right now, and anything else that he think, anything, or dissing anybody else. If he doesn't like you, he will diss you. But those are the three things. Pat McAfee. So when Jey Uso comes with his song and he's doing this, his dance going up and down, he's waving his hands. Pat McAfee is gonna get on top of the announce table. He's doing with Jey Uso. Even Jey Uso started an analogy every time he gets in the ring and he sees Pat McAfee. He's like, "Let's come on, Pat." He lets Pat now kind of make the fans do it with Pat, and he stopped doing it himself. When he sees Pat doing it, he'll like kind of letting Pat, like, "Yeah, have me up, Pat." So, uh, so Logan Paul started talking, right? He's like, "Oh, you forgot who started this whole Yeet movement." He's like, "In 2017 on YouTube, it was me who started the Yeet. It was Yeet," and the crowd was like, "Okay." Nobody said Jey Uso started the Yeet movement. He just made it fun. It's like, is the way it was created, but for Jay was the fun part. It was not like forced. He didn't create it like as like something that WWE wrote for him to do, he did it at you know how when you're drunk and you just say one word all over and over again. That's how he created the yin movement. He didn't create it as something that was forced to him. He created genuinely. That's why people love it, because they saw it how it got created. Because he was drunk. It was him and Cody Rhodes drunk, and the only thing that we're saying was yeet. Every time they answer a question, they say yeet. Every time. Because both of them were drunk. Because they were in Cody Rhodes's trailer bus, and that bus is sponsored by a vodka company. So they had vodka in the bus, so they were drunk. And nobody told Jey Uso or Cody that they were doing a press conference at the end of the night when they were the first match in the in the evening. So they were told they were the first match on a 5-hour pay-per-view, and you tell me you told them near the little 30, like we were told 30 minutes before the last match finished, saying that yeah, you were one of the press conference. Be like, we are not fit to do the press conference, we are drunk. So we are not in our right state of minds of going out there answering these questions to the reporters. Why did y'all volunteer us to do it? Then Triple H was like, "Hey man, y'all can do it. Y'all do it. You just don't say shit, much shit." Oh, Jey Uso was like, "So you say don't say shit? Okay, cool. I'm just gonna repeat the same word over and over again until people start saying it with me." Because that's what Jey Uso was. Jey Uso was drunk. He didn't know how to hold the titles that they had just won that day because he was drunk. And he was just saying yeet the whole time. That's how he created the thing, his character on WWE. So Jey Uso kind of talked about it. You know, Logan Paul roasted him, said everything. Then Jey Uso is in the feud with one of Logan Paul's friends, Rey Mysterio's son, Dominic Mysterio, is friends with Logan Paul in real life. So he's in a feud with Jey Uso. His crew is in the feud with Jey. So they came out and they tried to jump Jey Uso. While they were jumping Jey Uso, Logan Paul didn't come with his breast knuckles that he normally does. So he went to Patrick Mahomes and asked for the Super Bowl rings. And Patrick Mahomes gave him the Super Bowl rings. This is where the funniest thing happened.
Punching
So he
somebody with a Super Bowl ring is top tier. That's
so
top
he
tier.
was they were supposed to punch. They were holding Jey Uso and they're trying to punch Jey Uso with the Super Bowl ring. And then when Logan Paul cocked the fist back and was releasing to punch, Jey Uso ducked the punch. And Logan Paul punched somebody who was supposed to be his friend with the Super Bowl rings. And so Logan Paul, after he connected with the punch, he realized that he messed up. He connected with the, friendly fire, friendly fire. This is the part that made me laugh. So Logan Paul is like in a shock face, like, my bad. He's telling the rest of the crew, Dominic Mysterio crew, he's like, they're looking like, oh, we hit him with a super. Here comes the instigator, Jey Uso. Jey Uso is between Logan Paul and Finn Balor, who's supposed to be the two bad guys trying to hit, jump Jey Uso. Jey Uso said, he's like, oh shit, bro, that's your partner, bro. He's like, that's your man's. He is instigating. Like, you know how when somebody's instigating what's happening? And I'm like, yo, Jey Uso is a fool because he's laughing his ass off. He's literally tapping Logan. He tapped Logan Paul. He's like, bro, he's like, don't you know? He's like, you gotta aim better. Come on, boy. You just hit him. You're supposed to hit me. And the guy is on the floor holding his eye like, man, he just hit me with the Super Bowl rings in my eye. Jey Uso is laughing. Like, bro, you know how when somebody's laughing and they can't get thing, then they started fighting again after they realized that now they're trying to hit him. Now they figure out they're like, okay, now let's do it for real. Let's hit him with the Super Bowl ring for the second time. Maybe the second time is a champ. That wasn't the second time wasn't a champ because right after that, what happened was one of the draft picks that they have drafted coming back Braun Strowman, this 6'7", 300 and almost 400 pounds human being came in, started attacking everybody except for Jay, and he was about to attack Logan, and Logan was scared, so Logan went near Patrick Mahomes, and when Braun Strowman came out to chase Logan, he ran with the Super Bowl rings on his fingers, and nobody found Logan Paul since. So he ran with the Super Bowl rings, and so Braun Strowman was about to leave. He saw Patrick Mahomes, so he was about to fight Patrick Mahomes because he's like, "You the reason why this happened. You gave him the Super Bowl rings." So he's about to fight, and Logan, Patrick Mahomes, our teammates from the Chiefs got out like they're about to do anything. And he's like, "They ain't gonna save you." He's like, "Them two together, they're like one of my arms." But that's where Jay Uso came. He's like, yeah, he's good, people. He's like, "No, don't worry about him." He's like, "Don't worry about him. Let's go." But man, it was the funniest thing I've seen. But now let's talk about the NBA, man. How you feeling, man?
My Sixers are still in it.
Nah, that's not what I'm talking about.
My Sixers are still in
Your
it.
your team to win the team
They got
the
cooked.
NBA got cooked,
They
man.
got cooked. There's a butterfly effect. It's a butterfly effect. So now I have no clue what's going to happen, and I got nothing to lead me. My prophecy was wrong. I do think though. I do think the Nuggets might not make it to the championship. They might not make it back
All right,
because the
now
way
now
the
now
Timberwolves is playing
wait a minute, hold on.
and the way the
Wait,
Thunder
wait.
playing,
Oh yeah, let's talk about them. Them
it's
thunders
it's
about them.
nice. It's nice. It's over there in the West, man. Wait
All
until
right,
wait until Ja make it back, man. The West is entertaining. It's
yeah,
entertaining.
shout out,
All
yeah,
the
man.
all the old stars got swept and or just lost.
Not every old star got swept or
LeBron,
lost.
KD, Steph. I mean, we can talk about because technically the oldest stars is Jason Tatum, uh, Joel,
Yeah,
and that's pretty much it. Oh, and Giannis. But they
yeah,
about to lose.
but
They about to lose too. All of them about to lose, except for the Sixers. Sixers and
man,
Seven.
yeah, bro. The Suns got swept.
They
The
got cooked.
Pelicans got swept.
Hmm.
The Lakers lost in a game. They lost to in game five. Very hard. That was heartbreaking. Losing 2 games in a row, 2 games in one series to a game winner. Never been done before. The
And
same guy,
they still didn't try to stop Jamal. You
bro.
got to
He
cut the
hit
head off
two,
the snake, bro.
bro. He hit He's the first player ever to hit 2 game winners in one
In one
series.
series, bro. Cooking.
So, now,
Now, what
s-
do you see in the second round? Even though most of it is pretty much done, like I think the Pacers is going to win, and I'm voting with the Sixers.
so,
Especially
me,
now that Josh Hart is the power forward, that don't make no fucking sense. Just
well,
pass the
to
ball
me,
down low.
I, well, me personally, I know why Josh Hart is the power forward. Is more of the way how Josh Hart plays.
How
His playing
tall is
style
Josh
is
Hart?
he's not that tall, but his play style and how he had. Don't forget, Josh Hart. I think he's one of the few players who has played. He has played. I think he has the most. I think the last few games he played almost 3 games in a row, all 48 minutes.
I need Tobias. I need Kelly
This,
Oubre. I need Joel to play down low.
but
We don't need to
that
do
that
nothing else but play
but
down
the
low.
problem is they're playing a zone defense though. I don't think they're playing zone. That every time Joel gets in the paint, they're literally putting 4, 6 people on him.
That's cool. That's cool. That's Joel. Let
Yes,
Tobias go work on his post moves.
Tobias, I go lie. Tobias,
Let all
I
these other
think
people work on their moves.
so. Yeah,
We got
shout out to Maxi
screens,
came.
rolls, everything.
Maxi had 42 points.
He saved us.
46 saved us on game five. Game six is this. Well, when you're watching this, is already happened, but it's gonna be Thursday. Uh, so I don't the Celtics play tonight with at the time of this recording, so they might win the series, close out the series tonight. They're up 3-1. Uh, you know, there are some teams, coming up. There's some teams coming up, and it's crazy because Jamal Murray talked about why he believes the Magic are gonna be a good team because of what of Paulo Banquero because he talked about a story when Kyrie after his last year in Boston before he went to the Nets,
Mm.
Kyrie asked to work. He asked Jamal, can he come to work out with Jamal? Because Jamal worked out with a lot of pros and everybody, right? So he's like so Kyrie came, stayed like a month or two down in Seattle where Jamal is from and where he works out. He's like for a whole month or 2 years, for the whole month, Kyrie saw like he's like I picked up Paulo Banquero, then during the summer first, like 5 a.m. Then I picked up Kyrie and they worked out. He's like after the he said, and the funny part is that Kyrie didn't know Paulo was in high school at the time. He's like he was a junior in high school when he was playing against Kyrie. He was cooking too.
Yeah, Paolo's nice.
He's
Paolo's
like
nice.
then even KD, he's like work KD tell he's like KD was working out with Paulo. He's like, bro, they were cooking. Yeah, but yeah, they new them new we got new stars, man. The old guard is changing, man. All the stars that we grew up watching, the LeBron, some of that we saw get to start on that going. They are going, bro. They are going, bro.
All right, so this is the current. Um, so in the series that's left,
Mm-hmm.
the Knicks are leading 3-2. Who do you
Yep.
call in that series?
Me selfishly, you want me to be honest?
Just be honest. You think it's gonna be the Knicks?
I want to say okay. I want to say the E6 is pretty bad, but I want the. This is what I'm being selfishly at the same time. I'm also both. I want the Knicks to win as a selfish thing because I want Joel healthy for the Olympics because I want to see Joel play with other in a competitive Olympics. At the same time, I don't want the Sixers. I want the Sixers. The other reason is why I want the Sixers to lose this series is I want us to fire Daryl Morey.
So
My motive before the season I want us to win, but after I saw how the series is going and what we lacked and what we had that we traded away and why now we lacking, I'm saying this is what I'm
we need the
saying.
leadership. We need the leadership.
We
It's
we
not
need
gonna be Joel. Maxi's too young. Tobias is
we
not putting up anything.
no
It's we need leadership.
we we needed the leadership and I want people don't I think Delmont didn't understand what the players were saying to him when Joel went down. The team was actually their chemistry. This team right now doesn't have the chemistry.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And
That
it's offensive focus. It's not really
because
defense. And you got to
if you ask
motivate offensive focused players to play defense.
yeah
Honestly,
then and I'm saying and this is where I'm saying you trading away Patrick Beverly for Cameron Payne, that was a bad move. I believe you should have kept Pat Bev
for sure, for sure.
and if somehow I don't know if Cameron Payne was gonna be I don't to be honest, Cameron Payne his coming out party was when he was with the Suns and he had like a great final series against the Bucks, but that's it. When I think CP was down or whoever was on the Suns during the final season, point guard was down and he just went bananas in that finals run. That's how he stayed back, came back, stayed in the league, came back into the league and stayed. But but I like him. I do like him.
I
Like
like campaign. He's not bad. It's just
he's
not
not he
it's not
brings the energy. His energy is more. He brings the energy, but if you had him and Pat Bev bringing that energy, I would understand. But we messed up letting trading Pat Bev.
mm, for
Uh,
sure. And Marcus Morris. I feel like Marcus Morris would have been way better than not Oubre, but I think
nah,
he
I
was going to be a solid player for us.
no if no he will be way better than Batum. I like Uber where he is. Uber, if you ask me personally, when I watch the Sixers, this is what I'm saying. When I watch the Sixers, Ubre is our third best player. I people
Okay,
don't want to say
currently playing,
people
yes, yes.
people don't want to say people don't want to say, but Ubre when literally
If he
if
goes
Ubre
off,
is
he's the one.
like literally if Ubre is not, if Maxi is not hitting, Ubre is gonna pick up the slack.
Yeah.
If Ubre and Maxi, if literally either one, every game that we have lost is somehow Ubre is not doing, is probably getting got it like 3 times, and they try to get Tobias. If Tobias gets a literally the 2 games we lost in a row, Tobias went off. But the funny thing is, Uber didn't go off because he was passing to Tobias. But the game that we won after we were down three, what 2-1, Uber went off and we won the game.
Bless you.
Yeah, thank you, man. But yeah, that's what I believe. Uber right now is our third best player on the series. Uh,
And even if we did beat the Knicks in 7 games, I don't got us going all the way there. And that was my prediction in the beginning. I'm a Sixers fan. I want us to win. We not ready. We not ready.
yeah,
We're missing
yeah,
pieces. We traded pieces that we should have kept.
yeah.
We missing it
That's why that's why I'm saying I want us to lose this series
and just get it
so
over
that
with.
we get over with. Then we find Daryl Morey, find somebody, because I go like Daryl Morey. Some decision that he has made so far this season has been questionable.
Yeah, that trade deadline stuff I didn't understand. I didn't understand it. I still like that we got Uber. I still liked
No,
certain
but
things, but
because I think Uber was already part of. Now, if you ask me personally, I think we should keep Uber because we signed Uber on a 1 year deal
I don't
at
think
the beginning of
campaign is
this.
bad either. We just
Yeah,
need
I think.
leadership. Like, who's the old person that's gonna come in and say something? It's not Batum. It's not Batum. He's nice, but it's not
In
Batum.
uh because I think that was supposed to be Kyle Lowry.
Lowry, no, no, it's not
I
Lowry.
think don't
Even
I
that, why would
if
you
I
trade? God, that was so dumb. We still got Lowry, and Lowry don't play like I don't know. Lowry is not the Lowry I would want.
uh okay, this is what I'm about to say. If I'm not mistaken, Pat Bev signed a 1 year deal, right, with the Sixers that got traded. What if we brought Pat Bev back?
He might not even sign that contract. I ain't even gonna lie.
No,
I
I
ain't
gonna
even gonna
lie.
lie. He might not.
Because I listened to him. He literally said he wants to come back to play in Philly.
He wants to come back.
Yeah.
And he don't like the Bucks. They about to get swept. Well, not swept, but they about to lose their first round.
Well, don't forget he's like the reason why, maybe it's because of the fans, because he said he's like this is the city, one of the few cities that actually embrace Pat Bev for Pat Bev.
Yeah, the
He's
Philly
like
love is different.
he's like he's like bro, it was tailor made for me. He's like everywhere. He's like and he's like yeah, y'all can't tell me nothing. I do shit. He's like in Philly. I even when I came back to Philly and we were we played them and we beat them. He's like, it was to the point of literally I got literally love, even though I was playing for the other team. Yeah, but yeah, I believe we. if we lose, I want us to lose this series,
And get it
regroup,
over with.
get it over with, and at the same time, I also, the other thing is the Olympics. I want Joel to get that experience
Playing with
being,
Braun, playing with people that have leadership skills.
yeah.
Um,
So I rather
that-
him, after we if we lose the series, have him rest, because I guess they have like a month or so before they go to training camp
he
in
got until
Vegas.
what, July,
I want to say July
the
or
middle of
big
June or something.
end of June or something, to go to training camp for the Olympics.
Yeah,
So I want him. So I want him to get that experience. To, like, for example, like listening to other players who have been at the Olympics when they were there, when when you watch the documentary on, the Redeem Team documentary on Netflix, that experience kind of helped them because you learned a lot from players, their leadership qualities.
hmm
Like LeBron learned from Kobe on how to work out before, in the 2018, the 20, was it what,
That
20,
was
the
2008, I think.
yeah, 2008. But before that, they, like, when Kobe, before they went to the Olympics, before the 2008 Olympics, they went to another game, and Kobe was going to the gym, like literally in the hotel. He went to the gym during their training camp because they stayed in the, at a hotel. Kobe was in the gym by himself. Then LeBron started joining him. Then D Wade. Then Melo. Then eventually, after like 2 days, the whole team started joining.
Mm.
I want him to get into that. Him, if he gets that experience, and also I think him talking to spending time with LeBron and finding what LeBron does to stay healthy. That's another thing. So I, selfishly, yes, I want us to lose this thing, but do I think we're gonna lose? No, I don't think we're gonna lose. Reason why I don't think we're gonna lose this series is the confidence level of the Knicks from yet last game 5. That confidence was taken away from them,
And they got to come back here.
and they're coming to Philly after Joel had literally let a fire into Philly fans. So I don't think Philly fans are gonna let New York people come in to the stadium.
And beat us. I don't know. I think we still gonna win, but it's gonna be for nothing because the next drawing, and we don't even get an easy second round because then we get what, Boston
I think it's between the Pacers and the
or
Bucks.
Milwaukee. So we get the Pacers. We don't want the Pacers. We don't want the
But
Pacers.
we did beat the Pacers in the regular series, though, in this regular series game.
Yeah, we did, but I don't think we want the Pacers.
Uh,
Halliburton. I mean, it's obviously possible, but Halliburton, Siakam, and I think we beat
yeah,
them before they got Siakam.
did we?
I think we did.
Yeah, the first two games, yes. The last game, no.
But all right. So how do you predict the ending of the first round? And I guess we
That's
can
how we're
sign
calling
off
it.
with that. The Celtics is up three
Oh yeah,
one.
did you see the well, before that? Did you see the Mavericks and Clippers?
No, not the last game, but they are tied. They are
The
tied.
the game before the last game,
When when that boy Kyrie went off. That boy-
when the boy Kyrie went off, and so what happened? The game before the last game
They cooked
was,
them though. They cooked them bad.
they cooked them bad, and I think there was a, I don't know what exchange what happened where, right, Kyrie, I don't know who did it, what, but I believe PJ Washington scored a bucket, and he looked over at the Clippers bench, right? When he looked at the Clippers bench, one of the players from the Clippers didn't like that. So he went and they're running. They're going back to defense, right? They're transitioning back to the Mavericks are going back to defense. Clippers are going to offense. So they're running back. This guy comes. I forgot his name. I know his name by the way, but I forgot it. I want to say Man or somebody, Terrence Mann or somebody. So he comes and tells PJ Washington, he points at him like, telling him something. So PJ Washington is kind of paying attention. He's like, wait, what happened? So he's pointing at him. He's like, then he pulls him by like by his chin, like how like he's talking to a girl, like, look at me. And he's like, stop looking at the bench. And PJ Washington is like, what? He said, what are you talking about? Said, stop looking at our bench. You stop looking at the bench. So PJ, guess what PJ did? PJ is a savage for that. So PJ, they kept on arguing. The ref separates them, right? PJ is like, first, he looks at the ref. He's like, bro, this is not that serious. Well, technically, to me, it's not that serious. To him, it's serious. I don't know what his issue is. So PJ looks, turns his head, looks at the bench, and does this. Like he's like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? So right when he does that, this is why I know Luca is an instigator at heart because look, I'm thinking Luca is gonna try to pull PJ away from the situation, right? That's what I'm thinking. Luca comes, pushes the Clippers players that way, and he literally when he pushes them away, he keeps them out from the view, and he's laughing because PJ didn't say a word. He just did this. Literally, PJ got up like he's like blink his eyes. He's like, and this guy is still pissed. PJ is like, first of all, why is he pissed? Then the ref is like, oh, double checking on both. One antagonizing. PJ is like, I didn't say he wants to fight. I just say I'm looking at the like, oh, because you looked at the bench. He's like, that's antagonizing. I'm like, that's antagonizing. He's like, that's antagonizing. I'm like,
They was
I
losing,
want
bro.
to,
That is antagonizing. They was losing. They was getting cooked bad.
but yeah. Without further ado, man, I think that's. Oh yeah, let's go through these. So we already said the Pacers.
All right, so Celtics Heat. The Celtics is up 3-1. I got the
I don't,
Celtics.
Celtics.
The Cavs Magic. Cavs is actually up 3-2.
It's gonna go to Game 7. Who has the home advantage in Game
Cavs because
7?
they're number 4.
Uh, I'll say Magic.
I'll say Cavs on that one. Well, the Magic could do
Hey,
it.
wait.
Magic could do it.
Is Donovan Mitchell healthy or
I believe so. I believe so. That that
uh,
that game where they
wait?
got blown
They're
out.
up 3-2. Wait, they're up 3-2,
Yeah, and they got
and
down.
the one. Wait, I'm looking now. So they won the first two games at home.
Got
So
cooked
it's
the
gonna
next
go
two and won the last
the
one.
next two. So yeah, I changed my mind. The way it looks like they're only winning at home, so I'm gonna go with the Cavs.
Um, Bucks Pacers. Pacers up 3-2. I got the Pacers.
Pacers in the closing out in Game 6.
Yeah, Dame and Giannis is injured. Sixers Knicks. I know you want the Knicks to win. With
Well,
your
I want
explanation,
them.
I want the Knicks to win too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
I
gonna lie.
just want to get like restart the whole thing.
Still picking the
Restart the
Sixers
whole.
though. Just
Yeah,
saying.
Tobias. I think Tobias has overstayed his contract.
Oh yeah, we gotta get out of him. Is that his? Is his last year?
I don't know.
He need to go. Um,
Whatever his last
the
year is.
Thunder already swept. Clippers Mavs is the last series. It's tied 2-2.
That's debatable.
I got the Mavs.
Mavs, how many games? 7.
It's gonna go 7 games. It's gonna go 7 games. It can't be 6. It can only be 6 if Luca goes crazy this next game, and I think Kyrie seals the 6th game.
You know what? I'll say seven. With but if I can see it, it go to six. If Luca picks up, he said he needs to pick up the slack
He
when
said it
Kyrie.
himself, and I think the
Yeah.
next game he's gonna go crazy.
So yeah. So yeah. I think yeah. It looks like then. If anyone else wants to see the second round, the first game it starts Saturday. So Timberwolves versus Nuggets Saturday. Uh,
Yeah, by the time
better
this
rap.
comes out, we will already be in the second round. So
Yeah, some of the first games in the second round will be starting,
mm,
but not every second round game will be there. We also have, I think, when is this? Is this weekend? Uh, the trenches and Remy Mascot. Uh, the language berry is better. The oh yeah, it is this weekend. So we got trenches unforgettable and Chrome 23 Miami. The reason this is all in Miami is Remy Ma is working in Miami. Right now, she has some stuff she's doing in Miami. I don't know what it is, but she's wilding down there. So Ev and Swamp is the headliner for Chrome. Charlie Clips and Easy is the headliner for the trenches.
Does she know where he lives, dumbass
So
mother?
without further ado, we're gonna leave it there. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new. Oh, Pestavia is coming back to Battle Rap after I think a whole year. So yeah, Pestavia is back. So that's gonna be another nice shit. Nice. Without further ado, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you guys in the next video and the next episode.
No, not
Wherever
in
you
the
listen to the
again.
streaming platform. Peace.
peace.